Welcome back to Mud Lake Ranch. Today we're here with the SCT DSC9. It comes packed in the Save Your Equipment case. Pretty slick case, by the way. It has all the range pockets you could possibly want. Pocket, 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 pocket. We're not here for the pockets. We're here for the gun. But inside the case, you have magazine pouches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as well as 2 side pouches, ideal for carrying your gun and your ammo. So great job on the case selection by DSC for this handgun. The holster I've fitted this with is a hidden hybrid holster. This gun, this pistol by SCT, is compatible with Glock Gen 3 19 parts, but it is completely built and assembled by the armorers at SCT. I selected this holster for a different Glock clone and was pleased that it fit this gun. The other gun is no longer manufactured, and usually you'd be wearing the holster, but I just wanted to see if it fit before we actually got out onto the range with this handgun. All too familiar design, is modeled after Glock and takes Glock Gen 1 through 3 parts. This gun is packed with features not found in other guns at this point. Great fit in the grip, great feel in the hand. One of the things the SCT was known for was manufacturing Glock clone parts or Glock compatible parts. The rubber overmold on this gun is absolutely fantastic. So there's no seam, completely rubber overmolded, and the rubberized grip, you guys know me, I like my rubberized grips. And one of the things I hadn't thought about is that the rubberization of any gun is going to add to shock absorption. In addition to providing a sure grip even in wet conditions or sweaty palms, it also offers recoil mitigation in that it is a shock absorbing material, being that it is rubberized, and it feels so good on the hand versus the stippling on some plastic or polymer handgun grips. This is a proprietary polymer blend of some sort. DSC indicates that on their website. They went above and beyond with some of the treatments of this gun. The rail at the bottom is not a Glock rail. This is a 1913 Picatinny rail on the bottom, so you can run more options for your lights. Oversized trigger guards, so you can run this thing with gloves. The slide, everything on the slide proprietary to them. 1/3 co-witness steel sights on this gun. It is outfitted with a optics plate, so it's optics ready right out of the box. You can run your RMR footprint optics. It's ready to go. It has slide cuts on each side of the front sight. Barrel is recessed to protect the crown, which is a fantastic feature as well. All steel slide, extended slide stop, and extended magazine release, so your controls are easy to manipulate. The slide serrations are interesting in that they are very aggressive at the top of the slide, and then they fade slowly down and then just match the depth of the slide itself. So they fade away into the slide, and it's kind of a cool aesthetic that provides. I really like that. Slide serrations front and rear is available out of the box with a threaded barrel. I'm in New York, so I don't get a threaded barrel. The barrel is fluted to provide a little weight reduction and heat dissipation. I love the texturing at the finger pad and thumb pad on both sides of the gun, and those areas they feel like they may be rubberized as well versus being a aggressive polymer plasticky feel. I feel like the rubberized grip feels warmer in the hand, not hot, but warmer to the touch than a plastic. It's not like a cold dead plastic. It's got some life to it. It does have a dongle trigger safety on the trigger. Trigger pull I have not tried yet. No magazine, the gun is empty. It's got a typical trigger. We'll throw a trigger scale on it. It has a flared magwell, which is quite aggressive, and it's really nice on the grip. And I think it provides an additional touch point to help control the firearm. You actually have the bottom of your hand wrapping around that lip, which will give you additional control point other than just your hands clamping down on the firearm. A lot of proprietary things went into this gun, including the grip and the overmold. The slide design and the slide serration design are proprietary to SCT. The rubberized frame overmold is also proprietary to SCT. The magwell is a billet magwell. The amply flared magazine well allows for easy magazine changes. If you're looking for a holster for this gun, hidden hybrid, order this in for my Anderson Kiger 9 Pro, and man, they look quite a bit alike, as do other Glock clones, but with the taller sights on the Kiger 9 Pro and the taller sights on this gun, they both fit that holster very well. So usually the first question I get on videos of guns that folks haven't seen or haven't held is, which holster do you use, and where can I get one? We're going to be shooting this thing soon, but first up, ammunition sponsor of today's video is Remington Ammunition. This is Remington Range 9mm, and we're shooting 115 grain full metal jacket. So magazine selection for the DSC9, it does run on Glock mags, which I assume you gathered. I live in a restricted state. They did not send any magazines with my gun. So I have 10 round magazines from KCI and from PMag. So KCI has been very good to the channel. I have lots of magazines from them, and the PMag came with another Glock clone. First shots with the SCT DS9. Looking forward to shooting this gun, and next video, time we have this out, we'll be adding an optic, likely from Swamp Fox, possibly from Gideon. Let's get some rounds down range. Steel's still singing. The sight fell off the gun. So I still have the screw. I gotta find the sight, and we'll figure this out. So we gotta find that freaking sight. The front sight is cracked. Right here where it attaches is cracked, and cracked up at an angle that way right there, and all the way around the bottom. All right, we're back at the range with the SCT DSC9. We replaced the sight. The sight was sent to us by SCT. It gives me an opportunity to use the Otis Pistol T tool. This features a Glock sight post adjustment tool. This fits the footprint of the little screw. Yep, this fits the footprint of the sight screw, so you're able to remove that and reinstall that easily. So check out the Otis Pistol T tool. I'll leave a link in the description below. But we're finally able to get back out here on the range with the SCT DSC9. My thoughts are that the screw backed out due to vibration. It was only 45 shots in. There was not any visible thread locker on that screw. This is a metal sight. It is a metal screw. Unlike some polymer sights, all metal slide, all metal sight. So thread locker is a good idea. I'm thinking it backed out slightly, and then that screw likely contacted the barrel, which then ripped those remaining threads out of the sight. That's just speculation, but I think I'm right. We're going to start running this gun again and then get back and give you our final thoughts. I don't remember what I covered on this gun. SCT is famous for making the rubber overmold Glock style frame. It is compatible with Glock Gen 1 through 3, and that rubber overmold provides an exceptional grip, reduces felt recoil, reduces shot vibration inherently because it's rubber. Kind of like throwing limb savers on a pistol. So let's get this thing out and actually get to run a couple hundred rounds through this gun. Good. Did I bring another mag out? No, that's my tool. See how the slide release feels in the hand? Drops nicely. Final thoughts on the SCT DS9. We had a lot of fun at the range with this gun for the second time. It's not the first front sight failure I've had on a gun review, so maybe I'm just cursed. But anyway, this gun ran flawlessly on day 2, and we had a great time with this gun. The SCT DSC9 packs a lot of added features to a gun at a very affordable price point. I love the rubberized grip. It feels warm to the touch. It feels soft to the touch. It's unlike that cold dead plastic, that polymer feel that if you ever get a chance to handle a gun with a rubberized overmold, it feels very nice to the touch, and it does cut down on some felt vibration, felt recoil, because rubber is naturally a vibration inhibitor. It's kind of like throwing a couple of limb savers onto your handgun. Limb savers are a rubberized vibration reducing thing that you add to archery equipment, and I think it applies quite well here, especially as an overmolded feature of the gun, and it feels great in the hand. I love the flared mag well here. My fingers do fit on it, and I do have fairly large hands, so for a compact gun to actually accommodate my hand before adding the 10-round magazine. Obviously you can have standard capacity mags in most free states, unlike the state of New York where I'm required to run 10, so that's what I have. But usually 10-rounders flush fit. I can't get my full grip on most compact type handguns. The trigger's nothing fancy, nothing to write home about. It's almost not even worth mentioning. It's a little squishy, 4.5 to 5 pound pull, and it is upgradable. That is worth mentioning, that you can just upgrade this like you would any Glock trigger. Now we actually got the range day under our belt. These sights are a third co-witness, and they are optimal. Good, they are good sights. I did have a decent experience with them, and it's set up to co-witness with your red dot. The slide comes pre-cut for your RMR red dot optic, which I do plan to add to this, but then it won't fit the hidden hybrid holster that I showed you earlier. Well, that's okay. I have another gun that I can run in that holster. So if you're looking for one for the SCT hidden hybrid, the one designed for Anderson Manufacturing's Kiger 9, which is recently discontinued, will fit that holster, will fit the SCT. So if you're looking at this gun, that holster will fit this perfectly. You will want to add the optic cut if you plan on adding an optic or a light. Speaking of adding a light, the optics we covered. The steel slide has some really cool slide serrations that fade down flush with the gun towards the bottom of the slide, which I like a lot. It adds a little bit of an aesthetic appeal to the gun other than just having straight diagonal cuts that are, you know, beveled off and just not faded out. They fade out nicely. It adds a really neat aesthetic to the gun. Up front, the Picatinny rail is actual Picatinny rail, 1913 pick rail up front. Is not a Glock pattern rail on the front of the gun, and it does feature ample slots, so you're going to be able to run just about any light on the front of this that's compatible with the Picatinny rail. The trigger guard is oversized to accommodate gloves and features serrations as well as an index point for those of you that want to control the gun's recoil from the trigger guard area. It has stippling for your index point of your finger, a raised stipple area for your thumb. It also acts as kind of a protector of your slide stop. The slide stop runs more flush because of the raised area surrounding that slide stop, slide release there. The SCT ran great. I love the cutouts in the top of the barrel here. In most states you're going to get a threaded barrel. I opted for a non-threaded because I live in the state of New York. It does have a fluted barrel to reduce the amount of weight as well as aid in cooling the gun down. I also, at the front of the barrel on both threaded and non-threaded versions, it does feature a recessed crown to protect that area if you were to drop the firearm. At the rear, it's got a standard Glock style plate, and I had to remove that because when I reassembled this, I made the mistake of not having a spring fully down into the barrel because I was rushing after this sight fell off. That's the first time I've ever had that happen, and it kind of locks the gun up, so you have to do a little bit of Glock surgery here and remove the back plate, pull out the firing assembly to get that going. It does feature the trigger safety dongle right here in the middle of your trigger. It allows the trigger to only be pulled when your trigger finger has that safety dongle depressed. So the only safety feature of the gun is your finger, as it should be. So I talked about most of the things I like about this gun. I love that it's optics ready. I love that it's light ready. I love that it's got the rubberized overmold, and that is my favorite part of this gun, because a lot of those things you can get in other firearms, but not this proprietary polymer that they've designed with the rubberized overmold. It's a great feel in a compact handgun. I absolutely love it. So check out SCT. Appreciate SCT for sending this gun out to the channel. Thank you to Remington Ammunition for providing the 9mm Remington range ammunition for this video today, and also like to thank Shooting Targets USA.com. They provided all of the steel targets that you see behind me here, and without sponsors like Remington and Shooting Targets USA.com, videos like this would not be possible. Thank you to SCT. If you found this video useful, helpful, or interesting, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe.